Hello, welcome to my unboxing of the Minichamps 18th scale Maserati Khamsin. This is a GT car from the 1970s, originally designed by Marcello Gandini of Bertone, who also designed the Lamborghini Countach. Anyway, I've just taken the wrapper there. This has come from Poland. I'm in the UK. It's marked as being a 1977 red car. 107 123821 is the Minichamps part number by the look of it. And let's see how we get into this. Nice, simple, plain packaging. Well, this is stumping me already. There we go. Right, okay, here we go. So it reminds me a little bit of the McLaren Mercedes SLR 18th scale that I got from Minichamps as well, but this is a clear colour, whereas that one had a red cover with pictures. So this is a generic packaging. It's not, I guess it's not a hugely, not a huge production run for this particular model. Right, that comes off there. I'm going to flick that back there, and there we go with the correct way up, which is a relief. And first thoughts, very nice. Obviously the polystyrene is a bit rough, so we've got some polystyrene dust, inverted commas, on the car, but that's not a problem at all. Now, one of the first things you notice is it's got the extra cooling of the slightly later car. Maybe 1976 they brought in the extra cooling. But this has long been a favourite of mine, and if I look on my shelf of car books somewhere in front of me, and you hold on a moment. Excellent, I found it, my 1977 Observer's Book of Cars with the Rover SD1 on the front. And if we look in Maserati, we see the Khamsin, and there we have it. That was probably when it first made an impression on me. Positioned not far in the book behind the very boxy straight-lined Lancia Gamma and the Countach and the Lotus, Esprit, Eclat and Elite, which were all very, they were obviously gyro cars, but they had that wedge format. This one, slightly gentler wedge with the curved bonnet and the bit more curved, but it's still quite a wedgy car. Right, let's see if I can get this off the bottom, and I should have thought to get a proper screwdriver, but I've got my Victorinox Swiss card here, and I'll pinch that to undo these 4 screws now. Okay, right, I've done those 4 very long screws. Now they are going through. Let me just take the car out a second. They're actually, I don't know whether it's to make up for the fact that this polystyrene is terrible. They've got this board in there, but it's adequately done, and some, looks like toilet tissue paper. It's even perforated down there. In there, so I guess that might come in useful sometime. But now we're left with the car with still more residue of the polystyrene. I've never seen such bad polystyrene. Right, okay, so it's a left-hand drive car, wooden steering wheel, probably a Motorlita or a Momo or something, who knows. But it's interesting, this asymmetric venting on the bonnet. Just gives it a bit more interest, really, I guess. But Maserati produced about, well, they produced 435 of these cars from 74 to 82. This is the European model. It's got a much better resolved rear end, and you've got the glass rear panel there in the hatch, with the lights set into it. On the American car, the lights were below the panel. The panel wasn't glass anymore, it was filled in, maybe fiberglass or something, and then the bumper, rear bumper, was different. But very nice car. Now, I don't think there's anything opening on this car, but they do a 43rd scale of this car, Minichamps, that is, and but this one obviously you've got better representation and proportions. Look, lovely. You've got the, these are specifically a Marcello Gandini feature, these vents on the rear quarter, under one side you've got the fuel filler cap. But you've got some nice Maserati Khamsin logoage on the back, as I might call it. Bonnet badge, circular side repeater lights, Bertoni badge on the side there. Beautiful interior actually, lovely with the brown on the dash top, the brown of the wooden wheel, and then the cream of the leather seats. It's a 2+2, but the rear seats are completely pointless. It's nice to see the demister lines on the rear window. All in all, a gorgeous car. Let's have a look underneath, see what we've got. Very little detail, fine. Very little detail, not really a problem. And then you've got, but when the top of the car is this good, it looks great. And if you're wondering about the high profile, tall tyres, that was very much a 70s thing, of course. Maybe these are a little bit over-represented, hard to say. But you've got more polystyrene, radio antenna, which fortunately isn't up, otherwise it would get wrecked straight away. That's a lovely car. 4.9 litre V8, so it is a grand touring car. This appears to be a manual gearbox car, judging by the gear stick shroud there, or gaiter. Very typical 70s style. Just a lovely thing, really. But very happy with this addition to my collection. I do have more reviews and unboxings on my channel. I've got some 12th scale stuff, Kyosho and Tamiya, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and I've got an 18th and at the moment only one 43rd scale Lancia Stratos Zero, which is a fascinating car that I'd seen in Los Angeles at the Peterson Automotive Museum. But yeah, do have a browse of my other videos, and thank you for watching. Do subscribe. Cheers.